It's kind of like when girls say stuff about like posting on social media.
Impossible.
No, I'm just Jesus.
Cool. Launching an 8-week challenge on my YouTube channel. Workouts are going to drop 3 times a week. I was going to launch it at the beginning of the year, but I decided to let the first 3 weeks go so that people could settle in, get back into working routines, then hit them with a challenge. This challenge, like I said, you're going to have 3 workouts put on my channel a week. For those who want to get involved in a cash prize draw, they have to sign up to my app. First prize is going to be £500, second prize £300, third prize £100. Once you sign up to my app, whether it's the custom workout plan or custom meal plan or both, that instantly brings you into the cash prize draw. All I want you to do is I need you to hold 3 poses, a front pose, a side pose and a back pose with the date on the first day of the challenge and the date on the last day of the challenge. That's all I need for you to do. Let's go.
So even if you've got like a stereotype in your head or whatever, I've hopefully shifted that stereotype in it. That like, do you know what I'm saying?
Until I hear about that stereotype, then I think part of the problem is us black people, that when a black person does something, we almost allow it to encompass all of us. Whereas, like, say a black person does something, we just hope it wasn't black person that done it.
Yeah, because we know how the media is.
I know, but when it comes to any other race, I wonder whether or not, if one person does something, whether or not we identify it with everybody.
Yeah, that only works with Muslims and black people.
And that frustrates me so much. Even as blacks, though, we almost kind of like, when someone does something, we're like, oh, why does he have to do that? We almost just feel that it's going to tarnish all of us.
Yeah, because we know. Same way, remember, the same way with your mum and dad. Your mum sees you as mixed race, your dad sees you as black, because your dad knows that when they see you, they're going to see a black person. Do you know what I'm saying? Same way as black people, we know that as soon as one black person does something, like, you're just looking at the news, someone stabbed and thinking, please don't be black brothers, please. Black brothers, because you know that the people are going to look at it like, black people, the people watching the news are going to have a view and stereotype. But it's weird, when somebody white does something, like there was a guy who was in Plymouth that had a shotgun and he shot like his mum, then he shot like 5 other people or something like that, and he shot himself. But you're not going to hear about that story because the brother was white. If the brother was a Muslim now, you're going to hear about it.
was mad though, is that there was
terrorism,
there was a drive-by shooting in Houston, Camden area, wherever it was, yeah. When I heard about the drive-by shooting, I automatically assumed it was some kind of gang-related black issue. Yeah. Only to read the paper was something to do with some Colombians. I couldn't believe it. But even me, I'm part of the problem because I assumed that it was something to do with black people.
Even the woman who got shot, is it Manchester? The brother who shot shot into the pub and he killed one girl, I think on Christmas Day or New Year's Day or something like that. The brother looks like one of the brothers from Oasis. Brother, I'm telling you, brother, the brother...
So Sally Goodwin.
Brother, you know them man there?
The Wonder Woman.
I cry. You know them kind of guys, bro. He looked like one of those people. Like, I would have never guessed. If you see the brother's picture, bro, I would have never guessed it's him, bro. This brother looks like he drinks, I don't even know, bro.
Well, like red wine.
Red wine or like...
a Monster.
Desperado. He drinks, do you know what I'm saying? But he done a drive-by. But I'm saying, but the thing is, those kind of news stories will be seen and forgot about because people look at it and be like, that's a crazy white man. It's just one of them. Whereas when it's someone black, they're all like that. When it's someone Muslim,
that's the part
they're
that
all like
frustrates
that.
me.
But remember, it's not our country. There's nothing we can do about it.
Not our country.
It's because technically speaking, most people know someone black that's not like that. But why can't you, or someone Muslim, like it must be someone Muslim in your workplace or in your school, or dad or mum that picks up their child from your school and then they don't exhibit any of those traits. Those traits. So why can't you pull that and say this Muslim person is just one-off? This black person is a one-off. You don't say that. You're like, these black people. But then you have black friends or black people you're around that don't do that.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things where stereotypes are there for a reason, and I just feel that we shouldn't tarnish everyone with them. But I don't think stereotypes come out of thin air. I know I'll get into trouble for that. I think when people say, Nigerians or maybe Yorubas are loud, yeah, we know not all Yorubas are loud, but I think it's fair to say that, generally speaking, Yoruba people are
but when you say
loud.
But the problem is with that loud is like it's subjective though, because what's loud? Loud is, are you being overly overt? I mean, ornate in terms of like yellow shoes with yellow bag, yellow jeans, or is it just the fact that you speak loud, or is it the fact that when people see you're very confident? Because someone would say all those 3 people are loud, but it's subjective though.
But I think we generally know that when you look at how Igbo people are generally and how Yoruba people. I think we can.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know what you're saying. Now they talk. Yeah, I get you. So because the thing is, that's how they talk. Like, I like Chiz.
What's funny though is that as much as these stereotypes,
that's what they talk about.
There's a small little part about
Yoruba bastards.
Igbo's do kind of small. It's a bit like with Ghanaians. Generally speaking, they're short and quiet. The Ghanaian men, generally speaking. Obviously, you have the odd person like Cosmic, the odd person like Emmanuel who are tall.
Stormzy.
Exactly. But generally speaking, we know what Ghanaians are. But I just think it's maybe not the right thing to do to stereotype and tarnish everyone.
But I think it's funny because when you say the Ghanaians, when it's good stereotypes, it's fine. So you say Ghanaians are very calm, passive people. That's fine. Everyone's like, yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah. But Nigerians are so loud, and the thing is like, that's bad.
Because I think it's seen as a negative. So for instance, I always say that people say, oh, don't judge people. But if you say someone's a good singer, you've judged them, it's fine. But the moment you say it in a negative way, people say, oh, you shouldn't judge. It's only because if you say it in a negative light, people see it as a bad thing. But I think we judge people all the time. I judge people all the time. And I think part of living life is making good or bad judgments to decide whether or not you want to interact with someone or do something or not. Like for instance, like when you first ever met Chiz, what was your judgment of Chiz when you first ever met him?
Where did I first meet you, Chiz? Was it in that party when you were with Gabe's that time?
The one in like City or something?
There was like a Canary Wolf.
Yeah, I think that's the first time I ever met you in person.
I think that's the first time I met you, man, still.
What was it?
And the day, I saw there's a day like Whitney Houston died or something like that.
It was close, you're right, it was close at that time.
Because I remember coming to the rave and then looking on my phone and Whitney Houston died. I remember looking up and then you two were in the corner.
Do you remember, it was like in the city somewhere.
It was Canary Wolf,
I think about the first time you ever met Marv in person.
It was Canary Wolf and there was that some rave that you went upstairs.
You went upstairs, yeah, I remember it.
Yeah,
Which one? Was it the one we come in and Fecky and all of them at the same time?
I think that was it.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it was all walking. Yes.
Yeah, it was all walking together.
Yes.
At the
What
same
wave was
time.
that?
I can't remember.
It was Canary Wolf though, innit?
Yeah.
I remember, and we parked it. It was like an over bridge or something.
No, that was DLR, the DLR line.
Yeah, DLR. It was like an over thing. Yeah. What was your first judgment or impression of Chiz when you first met him?
I didn't really have a judgment. I just thought because Chiz was this kind of screwing-ish.
So my face was always like
that. Yeah. So I just remember looking at him, man, and then when you're from the community, like you're used to man doing that. So I just saw another black.
Okay. So what was your judgment of him online then? So when you first kind of interacted with Chiz online and never saw his page back then, what was your first judgment of him?
Nah, I think similar humour though, so I just find it funny. I just find certain things were funny.
I think the best way actually is, what is your first impression of Chiz when you met him? And then Marvin and myself, and then we can, what was your first impression?
I don't know, because we met because he was doing Uber, innit? So I just saw man as just an Uber driver, innit?
Do you think, don't take this on a rude way, do you think it was an uncle doing Uber?
What? What do you mean?
Can you wait?
Technically, I am an uncle.
No, wait.
No, but you know Uncle me.
I
know.
Wait. Did you think, okay, he was an uncle?
Don't put words in his mouth.
Did you think he didn't have a social media presence? Did you think he wasn't an event? Like, what was your first impression when you saw him doing Uber?
Yeah.
Did you not think there was other layers to him?
What do you mean?
So obviously, because you met him driving an Uber, did you not think there was other layers to him? Because obviously,
when I first
yeah, because there's more to Chiz than that.
Yeah, of course.
So what was your impression at the time you met him?
I don't know. We were just chatting. What was he chatting about? Like flashing some.
Yeah, we was talking
butterfly
about
effect and nonsense. Yeah, we was chatting about bare stuff.
Oh, was that you met in the actual Uber?
Yeah. Like literally, went on the app and Chisel came to the house, innit? Them ones.
Yeah.
And then your first impression of when you met
Marvin? I drive past that all the time.
That's destiny though, isn't it?
First impression of when you met Marvin?
I messaged him years later and I said, right, I want to start YouTube. And he was the one who was telling me to start YouTube back then. Yeah.
That's purpose, you know?
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
So, all this channel, anything that happens in the next few years, it's all Wes.
Because that was thingy, that's Rob as well, got into an Uber and the woman said to him, be a skit. And then...
Hey, you trying to bleep out the camera.
That's a lie detector. It's a lie detector.
And then she rang me and said, yeah, I'm going to fulfill my purpose.
What was your first impression of Marvin on social media when you first come across his page and then in general afterwards?
Just comedian, innit? Like, just so I watched the 3 shots beforehand, and obviously you have an initial perception, like, because I've seen you before, innit?
Okay.
But then, like, obviously, I kind of have a perception of like who is everyone off camera? Like, are you gonna be normal or are you gonna be like,
a weirdo?
I'm more from Free Shots?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's
Oh, so you kind of thought he might be a bit up
I'm more
himself.
from Free Shots.
not him specifically,
But,
just
yeah,
people
I know
in
what you
general.
mean.
Like,
Oh, you know me. You follow me.
Like, no, I mean, so certain people, like, you'll see them, like, I'm not going to say names, but there's certain people I know online that when I see them, it's like, you know who you are, but you're feeling yourself. You know when the man spuds you, yeah, and he looks away before he's even left. You know what I'm talking about?
I want to fight, man. I want to fight, man.
Man says, yo, you good.
No, come back here. I will pull it back and say, yo.
But certain man, because of what they're feeling, so they're like, I'm kind of doing you, like, not doing you a favour, but I'm so flagrant. I'm going to come over and say, Wagwan, you good?
Yeah.
But the same way I'm moving back and the Wagwan ain't even finished, the man's like, yo, he's like, what? Do you know what I'm saying? But I feel like everyone's different. Like, if it's not, Fabulous said it, if you don't make, what was he saying? Like, what did Fabulous say something about? If you don't change, you ain't made enough money, or something like that. He said, yeah, if you don't change, you ain't rich enough, or something like that. So maybe it's a level where you have to get a certain amount of money and then you do change. But for me, I don't see the point of changing. I might maybe distance myself with certain people or not be around certain things because of getting older or just being like, I'm just whatever. But the same Marvin you met on camera is going to be the same Marvin off camera. If I don't know you though, don't think I'm going to give you the same Marv. Like, people do that. I don't know if you've ever met someone before, and then one time a girl was talking to me, oh, you're not that funny in person. I'm like, brother, crazy. I've met you for the first time, you said hello to me, like, I don't even know you.
She wants you to be a jester.
Brother, I
start telling jokes.
I said to her, you think I'm a jester or something? Like, you think I'm going to meet you and be like, yeah, all right, so there's a man and a dog, yeah? The chickens come into the room and then, are you okay in your head? But people think that because you're funny online, when they see you, you're going to be cracking a bit of joke. I don't know you. So I don't understand that. If that's how we hit it off and we crack joke, cool, but generally speaking, I'm sure you'll get that as well though. Like, when you're on here, but then they might come to the restaurant and you're mad serious, like you're giving customer service, but you're busy. Like, oh, he's not.
I get told he's less friendly and I'm more friendly in person.
I think my tolerance level, I'm not as friendly as I used to be, because my tolerance level is so thin now. I'm just tired of the and rubbish. My tolerance level is so thin. So thin. So thin. So I think, what was your perception of me?
I don't know. I try not to judge people too much. Like, initially, like, it's just little things. Like, for example, like, you both said hello to me when I first met you. That was important. I feel like if you don't say hello to like everyone, like, you've come to a new place, you don't, like, because I'm no one. Like, sometimes people take it as like, oh, he's just a cameraman, like, so whatever. Okay. But like they'll spud Chiz, they know Chiz, you know what I mean? But like with me, it's like he's just like, he might not even be here next week. But like, you both took the time to, even if it's just like, yo, wagwan, like, you've acknowledged that I'm here, innit? Some guests we have, they're like, I'm just irrelevant.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, even if, for example, like, Chiz is somewhere with 4 other man and I buck Chiz, I'm like, yo, what's good? I'll say, yo, what's good, brother? You cool. I hate when people come up to like,
and just go right to the person and ignore everyone else.
The thing is, if that happens, if me, you and Chiz are here, and then the brother comes up to you and says, and starts talking to you and doesn't say safe to me, brother, don't look this way again. Don't look this way again, because I'm gonna be like, I swear, I'm looking. Okay. So what I'll do on purpose is now I will move, because I don't want you to say safe after your half an hour conversation. So I'm gonna be here. From now on, don't chat to me, like, because that's rude, bro. Like, even girls, there's times where, like, I've seen a girl and she's, you know, girls do that rude thing where a girl will be talking to a dude and see you and, oh, mom, boy, listen, don't get me fighting one dude, you know, because of this rubbish, you know. Like, so I'll see the brother, yeah, what's good, brother? Cool. Yeah. But that,
neutralize it.
You got to neutralize it. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to say hello, and even as Wes said, like, no matter who you are, where you are. For example, like, Wes could be the next Spielberg. And Wes is going to see man and be like, oh, you're Marv, I got a role for you, you know? Like, it could be as little as that, but Wes is going to remember, these man, when they first met me, they said hello. It's people don't realise it can just go from that to that. Whereas Wes could actually look at man and be like, nah, them man are or even be in a room, where someone's cussing, man.
Yeah.
And back man and say, nah, man, them man are cool, man, I know them, man.
Would you say that you've seen, not mentioning your name, would you say that you've seen people change because of maybe the stakes or the money they've made?
Bare times.
Yeah, I've seen people change, both people.
And you would say that they're changing is not you just seeing it in the wrong way. But you say that you can adamantly say that this person has changed. And because sometimes people change towards other people and that makes them change. But you say you haven't changed towards this person, but you can identify and say that they've changed.
You can see, I've seen people change clearly. You can see a change. You can see it. Even the way they talk to other people, the way they might even talk to you sometimes. Like, it's not that they're hotting you up, but it's like, it's changed now. You're like, okay, it's interesting. Like, as in, okay. Like, people change, bro, like, I'm telling you.
Cheers, would you say you've actually seen someone that you've known go through their journey and now change?
Yeah, I've seen bare times. But you know what it is? It is what it is, because you have to see it like this. What did I contribute to their success? They might see it like I wasn't there at the key time.
No, but Chiz, I don't need to be there for you to show me respect.
No, I know. But
if I've got an issue and I've parred you, then by all means, yeah, I don't care because, or if I had a problem with you or we don't get on and we've never got on, so because you're popping out doesn't mean we get on. Fine. If I've never spoke to you, we've had an issue and you get famous or something happens, then I'm gonna still treat you the same. But if we've always been cool, then what's the issue? I don't understand.
Is growing apart changing?
Nah, it's life.
It's life.
So do we not misconstrue that sometimes as someone changing? Them growing, that you just grow apart from each other.
Nah.
I'm in another place now.
Yeah.
You know, I've met these new people. We're making this amount of money. I'm doing this, and I don't no longer feel that I'm in tune with you guys anymore. Do you consider that as me switching up and changing on you?
No, not really, because I feel like even if you look at all three of us, there might have been a point in time where, for example, there was a point in time when me and you were very close in terms of we were always out together or doing business together, whatever. But then even on topic talk show or whatever, but life happens. But I'm not going to be like, raw, Gabe's like, you get me, like, man, no, because at the end of the day, like, when we meet up with each other, that's what shows you how the relationship is. So that, like, even Anton, Matthew, I got bare other brethren that, like, Elvis, like, all these men, like, might be married or have kids or whatever, but life happens where you're going to be distant, but when you talk, do you pick up from where you left off like you haven't been away from each other? So I feel like we can't expect our friends to always be in the same place for us in the same way for their whole life.
All right, let's say I now become this celebrity, this big celebrity, and let's say I'm used to always coming to your parties, and I say, you know what, Marv, like, you know, I can't really go to these places because this is something that's happened in another circle where this person no longer wants to come to this setting with us because he says, I am now this person. I can't come there anymore.
Yeah.
Is that someone switching up on you?
Why can't you go to the setting?
Because I'm high profile.
And what is the setting? Is it like what?
So let's say for instance there's a rave. I'm trying to think of a rave. Let's say there's a party that we used to go to before, or someone's birthday, and the people in that place, he just says, well, I can't really go to that place anymore because
you plugged in the wrong
like, for instance, there's certain places you wouldn't expect to see Stormzy. There's certain places you wouldn't expect to see, let's say, Emily Sandé, or there's certain places if you saw that person, you'd be like, bro, what are you doing there? Kind of thing. So that person now feels that they shouldn't be in those environments anymore because of who they are. So therefore, they don't come to your things anymore, or doesn't come to your birthday anymore.
Bro, it happens all the time.
But says, I'll come and check you.
But
I'm not coming to your birthday party. Is that person switching up on you?
I feel like if them going to the place, like, it's gonna bring like inconvenience. Like, for example, if they get swarmed with people, I feel like you can kind of understand to a degree. But like, you don't normally, from what I've heard and seen, like, you don't normally get tables and so if you're in a table, it's your section, so you can kick people out, whatever. So if it's that situation, I feel like they're just being a prick because it's no different to what it was before. But if you're in the main like place and they're just getting constantly like, oh look, I swear you're I swear that's that. See,
for me,
that's income, and I feel like
should that person still become? Let's say the person's an A-list celebrity now. Should they still be coming to your motives?
No, my thing is this, if someone says something, just believe them. I ain't got time to argue with you about your own life, bro.
Long.
If you don't want to come to my parties no more because you believe you've assumed a new role in society, brother, I'm cool with that. No problem. You've told me.
But do you get it though? Why they're not coming?
Yeah, but why am I going to fight back? I think the problem is, people don't realise, like, if you're not in that space, you don't understand it. So, for example, like, for example, Chiz might go to the gym. I don't know. Chiz might be on a regime where he wakes up at 5 a.m., goes gym two times a day or something, for example. A regular member of the public's like, why are you waking up 5 to go to the gym? It's not for you to understand. it's for Chiz to understand. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
So I feel like
I fully get why they can't come.
Yeah.
But sometimes people see that as that person switching up on them.
Bro, I don't take offense to that.
Because remember, they don't understand. Remember, the problem is that with society, a lot of the times people view stuff through their eyes. So they're looking at it like, but if that was me,
imagine
it's not you, and you're not famous, bro.
Bro, imagine they're in the party here. They're trying to enjoy it and they're trying to bubble, and every minute someone's talking to them through the whole party. So they don't even get. Let's say you're in the dance, you don't even get to hear the music because every minute someone's.
So basically, what we're saying is that the two of you would understand why that person doesn't.
No, I get it.
Doesn't roll around.
But even the time when Taser and Marks were in Manchester and the girl was shaking her, they were basically chilling on the table, and one girl was shaking her bum, twerking, whatever. Someone videoed it, ended up on Shade Borough because Margs and Taser were in it. So, not the Taser's got a missus, but imagine Taser was talking to a girl on the side, he's got a missus. What happens then? But then someone else who maybe will be in the same group that can do whatever they want in a rave and no one cares is not going to understand that, bro, I got to move digital because I can end up on a blog tomorrow. So someone famous, remember, you can end up on a blog or something can happen.
And you also understand when someone who's known, let's say for instance someone who's known and you always post their achievements, and let's say you do something and that person doesn't post your achievements because they're a celebrity. Do you understand that too?
Yeah, because it's your page. Do whatever, you pay your bill. Do whatever you want.
Even though you champion them.
No one asked you to. You remember, the same way you do things because you want to do it.
Bro, that's why.
For example,
this is where I feel.
Did you see what I wrote on 31st? I don't post no one's things no more, just due to that, because it causes arguments. Because if I posted this person, and I'm bigging up their success, then there's other people I know that I didn't post. It starts to become someone got mad at me because I didn't post them on their birthday. So I don't post no one no more. You're the last person I post.
I've stopped posting people on their birthday.
You're the last person I post.
But I mean in general, though, I think do you get to a point or status in life where we're just meant to understand that this person has gone past normal life, and therefore there's certain things that this person can't do, and we should understand that even though there are bridges and we've grown up together and we've rolled together, that now you've gone to this point in life that we just shouldn't expect you to be around us anymore.
So why is it that, for example, if your boy gets married and he says to you, bro, I can't really come out no more, I've got a wife and a missus, we understand that. But because a man's famous or whatever, we don't understand that. I don't understand. It's like they've both shifted, such change in their life, and they're telling you, I can't come.
But isn't that part of the part where we're just talking about people changing? Because isn't that part of the switching up that sometimes people don't understand?
No, but I hear what you're saying. But in terms of that switching up is different, because you're not switching up because there's a problem, or you're not switching up because like I believe I'm better than you. It's just that I have to move a particular way. For example, it's like my brethren started a new job the other day, so he's at work now 8 a.m. 5 days a week. So he's on the vibe of, he's been off work for time, but he's on the vibe of like, bro, I'm at work now, they do drug tests. I'm not that I take drugs, but I can't go out last minute and then have a night out while I'm drinking, or I can't because I have to go to work at 8 a.m, study, I've got tests to do, I've got to study. So that's like me saying, brother, what do you mean? Brother, come on, brother, man's going out on Friday, you got to be there, you're changing up on me. Yeah. No,
if you did that, you'd be a bad friend, because you're putting your brethren in an environment where there could be consequences.
Yeah, so in terms of life, everyone's got priorities, and everyone's priority, it could be family, it could be career. For example, that's like your brethren moving to Dubai, like Pat's moved to Dubai, for example. That's like me saying, Raw, Pat, you're never around when brother, you live in Dubai. I have to, your priority is you live abroad. But the problem is when people see you, like, I feel like people do this thing where like, it's because of them, it's an insecurity they're projecting, because it's like, but that's like you having Sion and like, yo, my birthday, bro, I'm at the bar till 11. What am I gonna say to you, brother? You're taking a piss, you can't come. You've got priorities. It is what it is, bro. Like,
I think yes, we do, but I think that part where somebody now can't come to your events or come to your important things because they're now famous. I don't know, man. I just feel.
But what's important to you guys? Because remember, sorry to cut you, yeah, but for example, if your brethren's cut you off completely, it's kind of like when girls say stuff about like posting on social media.
Impossible.
No, I'm just Jesus. Cool. All right.
I don't even want people say, "Oh, why don't you promote it? Are you a flyer or a rave?" You don't promote me on your social media. What? Are you a rave?
No, I hear you still.
Like,
Are you proud?
Are you a rave?
Are you proud in bank?
I think that comes down to perception, though.
No,
Are you a rave?
No, but the problem is, remember, but like with that scenario, it's like your relationship is fine.
Yeah.
There's no problems in your relationship. Like you spend time, you go on date nights, whatever. But the issue here is you're not posting that person on social media. I'm saying it's the same thing in terms of this friendship thing, that your friends outside of this event you want them to come to, you speak on the phone, you crack joke, you meet up, you have dinners, you're all cool as boys, but the problem is they're not coming to your event. Like, so let me get this straight, you're gonna base the friendship of one event against a perfect relationship in terms of you being friends. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like,
that's where you got to use your rationale.
That's what I'm saying. So who's the problem with, the friend or the actual person? Because the problem's with you. Because if technically speaking, if me and you are brethren and we're cool and then you get famous and I don't hear from you again, that's different. I'm like, brother, well, I can't hear from you again. I've rang you, you don't pick up, you don't return my calls. But if there's dialogue, we're cool, we're talking.
But we just don't roll anymore now.
But I'm busy, I'm doing stuff, for example.
But I'm saying in general, we just don't roll anymore because I've got to that point now where I've crossed over.
No, that might be a bit different though. That's different now, because remember, it was the event. If you're saying we can't roll anymore because I'm too famous for you, that's different though.
No, it just means that you have to come to my place and I can't come to your place. Like we roll in my setting.
Oh, that's fine. Cool, no, but you're still rolling, that's fine though. But if you're saying to me, I can't roll now because, you're not levels, bro, that's different. But if we're still rolling, but I want to come to your parties, bro.
If you like this episode, more to come. Yeah, me and Wes are going to be more on point. A couple of things came up, that's why we weren't filming. But yeah, stay tuned.